PBS Hawaiʻi Classics is sponsored by the Olson Trust.
What I have seen cannot be. Sunsets and rainbows, green forest and restive blue seas. All naturally colored things are my siblings. We have played together on the floor of the world since the first stone looked up at the stars. Dr. Maya Angelou is a poet, playwright, producer, and author. She is an actor, linguist, scholar, and humanist. She is a lover of words. For her accomplishments, Maya Angelou has been honored with numerous honorary degrees and nominations for a Tony, Emmy, and the Pulitzer Prize. But she is perhaps best known as the poet who read her poem On the Pulse of the Morning at the inauguration of President Bill Clinton. In the summer of 1994, Dr. Angelou received the first Regent's Medal of Distinction from the University of Hawaii. That evening and later, she demonstrated the power of her grace.
I thought this evening I would like to speak to you about romance, about love, all sorts of love, but particularly romance. Unfortunately, we don't think enough about romance after we've reached a certain age or a certain stage. And yet, a person or a people without romance tend to be brutish and crass and superficial and mean-spirited. I think that young men and women are not told often enough that romance is not only wonderful, it is imperative. Because they don't know it, they become superficial and much too accessible, because they don't know that there should be a period of dropping the eyes. And something to do with dropping the voice. Ooh. Because they have come to a place where they say, what time is it? You're okay, I'm okay, let's do it. They need to be reminded about romance.
Maya Angelou, like the cherished ohia tree, springs from a crack in the hard lava. A seed takes root and grows from a string bean shrub to a mighty and magnificent tree. Echo her voice. And my question is, your ability to laugh. How do you find your laughter amidst this painful world sometimes?
Oh, the truth is, every human being, everybody, the most dour, sour, grumpy person, if she or he would admit it, he knows he's the funniest person in the world. I mean, the gaffes we make, the foolish statements we make, the gestures we make, the mistakes we make are too funny. So I look for that. I look for the humor in myself first. And that lightens my load. I never trust people who say they are serious and act as if they put airplane glue on the back of their hands and stuck them to their forehead. And they walk around being portentous and all that. I don't believe that. If they really came here to make a difference, if they really came here to stay, if they really came here to be of service, then they smile as much as possible. Because the world will offer you every reason, moment to moment, to bemoan your outcast state. All you have to do is wake up and you start to stretch, ooh, hey, okay, ooh, ee. And then you turn on the television and say, all of that country, the people, that's blood, and you turn the next channel. Oh yes, they've shot so many children. The next channel, turn on the radio. You can't believe it. Pick up the telephone, someone says, girl, I hate to tell you, but hang up the phone. Go outside, your car has been stolen. Oh no, every reason in the world. So when you can, you find something to smile about. And the Judeo-Christian Bible says, a cheerful heart is good medicine.
So laughter is a form of healing.
Yes, indeed.
What other things do you find as sources of healing in your life, your personal life?
Poetry is healing. The beauty of language is healing. I was a mute for many years, and I used those years to listen to the human voice. And the truth is, I've never heard a human voice I disliked. Never. I have heard things the voice said, or voices conveyed, which were hateful and cruel and brutish and brutal. But the voice itself, I have never heard one I didn't like.
Sounds like pearls roll off your tongue to grace this eager ebon ear. Doubt and fear ungainly things with blushings disappear.
So poetry, when read, when spoken, can be healing. And this is true of the English rounds, the Elizabethan couplets, the West African chants, Japanese haiku, the Bengali poetry of Rabindranath Tagore. All of it is healing when spoken by the human voice. So I think poetry is music written for the human voice. And I use that to heal myself when I like. When I'm feeling rough, maybe thrown away, maybe neglected, I might recite to myself some Shakespearean sonnet or some African American poetry or some Native American poetry. I would just find something to wash my body, wash me externally with sound, and wash me internally with intent.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moon and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
I believe words are things. In the Judeo-Christian Bible and in many religious tracts from around the world, there's a statement which is the Word. In the Judeo-Christian Bible, the statement is, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. mysterious, powerful word. I realized that 75 years ago, if anyone had told anyone, the day will come when you'll be able to plug in 2 little holes in the side of the wall, and you'll be able to watch what's happening this minute in Paris, France, or Bosnia, or Johannesburg. The person who told that fable would be put into an insane asylum. But now we know that the air is filled with images, filled. Between me and thee, there are billions of images. I believe that words are things. I believe the time will come when we will be able to measure the impact of the cruel word or the kind word, and the kind word. So I think it is upon us, we are beholden to say when the cruel word is spoken, stop it. Don't bring it to me. Don't put that on me. That's poison. I don't take that. And you must stop it. I believe so. I believe that a number of the ailments that beset us, from arthritis to glaucoma to dental, to caries, I believe a number of those things are caused by bad words, bad intent.
Today you threaten to leave me. I hold curses in my mouth, which could flood your path, sear bottomless chasms in your road. I keep behind my lips invectives, capable of tearing the septum from your nostrils and the skin from your back. Tears, copious as the spring rain, are checked in ducts, and screams are crowded in a corner of my throat. You are leaving? Aloud I say, I'll help you pack, but it's getting late. I have to hurry or miss my date. When I return, I know you'll be gone. Do drop a line or telephone. I heard once that the power of a negative word can travel continents away, just 1 or 2 words. Yeah. You would think that people would, upon hearing that, change their ways in order to create goodness. They say that there is a transcendent good in the world. I mean, yes. People that are optimistic, I suppose.
Yes, I am one.
Yes.
Yes, I believe that. I believe the good word has that much power, and maybe more. I do believe it. I think that we sometimes say we want change, but we don't really want change. What we want is exchange. We don't want to change the form and the shape of things. What we want is give me everything you've got. That's all, because I'm envious of what you've got. So when people say they want a better life, a life with more peace and generosity and laughter and love, they don't really mean that. Otherwise, they would be careful of the words they use, because those words add to the wall of despair in the world if they're negative words. I do believe it.
Then who is it left to teach people not to be in negativity? Most people would say that they are justified with their negativity. It's all right to feel bad. It's a human thing to do.
It is human. It certainly is not inhuman or ahuman. No, it isn't. It's human. It's not the best of what we are and can be, but it is human. It's human to bomb children. It's human.
To bomb?
To bomb a children's home. It's human because human beings do it. I mean, it is not alligators. I mean, these are not fleas. These are human beings. And to assume that to be human is to be elevated. No, we're all things. We're base and we're brilliant. We're cruel and we're kind. We must choose which side do we want to be on, you know. That's all. And I know that there are teachers. I know that I'm happy to know that there are teachers who come to us to advise us, and encourage us, and strengthen us so that we can take the advice and the instruction. Finally, however, it is up to each of us individually, to take that wisdom. And we've been getting it for centuries. It's not as if, oh boy, they're just now, we've got these great masters and mistresses, we've got these great minds and spirits just now. That's not true. They've been along here all the time. And quite often, what we've done is kill them.
What about, though, then, our communities? When I speak of our communities, African American communities, the power of the word, the power of love. Do you see any positive direction that we can help that despair?
I do continue to hear the power of love in the church. I do hear it. And I hear it in the contemporary blues. I do hear it. Miss Aretha Franklin's song, which has become almost as much a litany as Lift Every Voice and Sing, and that is, all I want you to do for me is give me some respect when you come home, oh baby. Now that is really very, very important. And the lyrics and the spirituals, which continue to say, I'm somebody, I'm a child of God. And what I want to do, really, is live a life. Miss Mahalia Jackson said, I want to live the life I sing about in my song. That's right. Amen. That's it.
Amen. Do you have any advice for other young writers or other people, say, in developing their voice, their own voice?
Yes, I encourage writers to read. Read everything. Everything. Just read. And read aloud. If you write in English, or in whatever language is your writing language, make sure to spend at least a few hours a week reading aloud in that language. Go into your bedroom, close the door, and read. Hear how the language can sound. It accustoms the body, not just the ear, but through the ear, it accustoms the body to rhythm, to whatever that rhythm is. And I find myself so sorely beset because I speak a number of languages, but I don't read well enough in any save Spanish and French to read the work in the original. So what I have to do when I read other Primo Levi, for instance, in the Italian, I can work through it. Alberto Moravi, I can work through it with because I have enough Italian. But it will never soar like his voice. Or Dacia Martini, who is an Italian woman writer who I love. And what I'm really loving is the translation. This is true of Oe Kinzaburo. All I'm really loving, I don't know the language. I can't read Kobo Abe. I cannot, and I'm lessened. But I do at least read it. But read everything. Read Gorky. Feel that, it's like having a Michelin tire in your hand. Even reading the translation. So I would say to every writer, you want to write, read everybody. There's a poem. I just It's so wonderful. Was written by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Okay, so you have to see this little white woman who was much beloved and certainly highly regarded as a poet in the 20s, thin, puny, wan, ashen, weak physically, and about to become the recluse she did become. She wrote, "I shall die, but that is all I will do for death. I hear his horse's hooves on the stalls. He has business this morning, business in the Balkans, business in Cuba, but he must mount by himself. I will not give him a leg up. I am not in his employ. I will die, but that is all I will do for death. With his horse's hooves on my chest, I will not tell him where the black boy lies hidden in the swamp. I will not mount him a route to any man or woman's door. Brothers and sisters, the keys and the plans to the city are safe with me. Through me, you will never be overcome, for I shall die, but that is all I will do for death." Hello.
I would like to ask you if you have any memories of your stay here in Hawaii. I remember that you had been here at least a couple of times, if not more, before. And what is it about the islands that you remember, that you take with you from early days to now?
It's amazing. I came back to Hawaii a few years ago, a couple of years ago, with trepidation. I knew how popular Waikiki had become. And I had known it in 1956. I had sung in a club called The Clouds.
Clouds, how beautiful! That was in the poem.
Which was opposite the Queen Surf Hotel. And there was a little park and a zoo nearby, and I brought my son here when he was just, before he reached the teens, I think. He may have been 10 or 9 or something. And we both fell in love with Hawaii. And the people were so kind. And I was a single parent and a black woman, very young, because if he was 10, I was 26 or something. And people were very kind, and I think he looks as if he could be from Hawaii. He did. And so I would lose him with the children out in the water, because he looked like all the rest of the kids in the water. And people would find him and bring him to me. And I felt myself very much at home. So I arranged to come here for almost no money, twice a year, to sing at the Clouds. I was apprehensive about coming back, but I'm amazed to find the spirit of Hawaii still here. Still here. And last night, when Noi Zutemeister and the beautiful male dancer danced, I was assured that the ancestors are still here. And that spirit, that huge spirit, has not been taken down. The spirit is here, tangible.
Yes. And then did you come for more than 1 year? Did you come?
Oh, yes, I came until almost into the 60s. I came.
Do you have a vision of either the world or your place in the world or people's place in the world, kind of an ideal or a dream or a hope?
Oh, I have all of those. I tell you what I've found so far. I find I know nothing. The more I think I know, the more I'm convinced that I know absolutely nothing. I have great hopes, and I see us as a splendid set of outrageous creatures who have just really come here. We're the latest group made. The reptiles were on this little blob of spit and sand for 200 million years. We just climbed out of the trees 25 billion years ago. Madam Sun Yat-sen says we haven't climbed out of the trees yet. But we are new. And here we are, a carnivorous group who've decided not only not to eat our brothers and sisters, who are probably delicious, but to, to accord them some rights, and to go further than that, to try to love them, whatever that mystery is. So we are magnificent. We have magnificence written into our DNA, if we can just stay alive long enough. Einstein said no genius has ever used more than 18% of his or her mental machine. Now just imagine if geniuses use 30% and smart people like you used 23%, and just ordinary people used 18%. Can you imagine how we could live with some peace and some grace and some beauty? Just imagine. If I have anything to look at, I look forward to that.
Maya Angelou, in the dawn of her day, opportunity was slow in coming, but like the Ohia Lehua, she rises above the clouds out of barren lava and gives us blossoms of intimate words and hope, which heals like night's first star or a moon nearly full in a summer Hawaiian sky.
Qué bonitos ojos tiene, abajo sus dos cejas, abajo sus dos cejas, qué bonitos ojos tiene. Ellos me quieren mirar, pero si tú no los dejas, ni siquiera paviar. Mustafa, ya Mustafa, ana behibik, ya Mustafa have, negila have, negila have, negila mishmahal, have, negila have, negila have, negila mishmahal, have niranena, have niranena, have niranena, mishmahal.